Neon White. Just play this game. I'm serious. Trust me, it's worth every second of your time. Still here? Not convinced yet and want to know what makes Neon White so special? That's great. Then keep watching. Neon White is a precise first-person shooter platformer. That might sound intimidating, but don't jump to conclusions. At its core, the game is all about getting from point A to point B as fast as possible. Simple enough, right? This easy-to-grasp concept is introduced beautifully in the first few stages, easing you into the game's core mechanics. But of course, there's a lot more to Neon White than just running. What sets it apart from similar games is the fact that you must eliminate all enemies to complete each level. This might not sound that exciting at first, but the way they implemented these enemies is brilliant. For the most part, these demons aren't there to make things difficult. They're more like stepping stones, often positioned in ways that actually help you navigate the level faster, making them integral to your path rather than obstacles. In my opinion, this is an ingenious idea. It adds layers of complexity to the game with one simple rule, while also keeping everything familiar and intuitive. By designing enemies this way, the developers sidestep a lot of potential frustrations, like dying from random enemy movements. This dynamic gets even better with the game's unique weapon system. While you can use your arsenal in a traditional sense, each weapon also has a special discard ability. By discarding a weapon, you trigger a special move, like a double jump, forward dash, or even a zipline. This dual functionality makes every level a puzzle in itself. You're constantly balancing the need to shoot versus the need to move, and mastering this balance is key to mastering the game. This, again, might sound intimidating due to the complexity, but Neon White does such an excellent job of avoiding that. The game never tries to overwhelm you. All new weapons are introduced one at a time and always with a tutorial. And by a tutorial, I don't mean boring walls of text or slow hand-holding levels. No, the tutorials are seamlessly integrated into the gameplay. Each new weapon comes with a level designed to teach you its discard ability without disrupting the game's flow. One level literally adds huge golden rings to show you how to use the shotgun's discard ability. Later, with experience, you realize that going through the rings isn't necessary, and it's actually faster to avoid them. They're just a visual aid. It's such an intuitive and rewarding design. You learn the game and improve without ever breaking the flow of gameplay. I love how accessible and easy to get Neon White is. It's one of its best qualities. I've played plenty of games where the difficulty spike feels like slamming into a wall. And I was afraid it would be the same here, that I'd get stuck, frustrated and discouraged. But Neon White is different. The gradual increase in difficulty ensures you never feel stuck. Because the difficulty ramps up so smoothly, you don't even notice it, as you naturally get better along the way. Do you know what else is godlike? The soundtrack and overall sound design. The music cranks up the sense of badassery to another level. Every weapon sound becomes ingrained in your mind. The sound of demons dying and the counter ticking down is pure perfection. It's not just the gameplay where the sound shines, it's everywhere, from ending screens
Not bad for a dead guy, huh?
to dialogue scenes
Looks like I lost it.
and even to the main menu.
Neon white.
The music is awesome. Machine Girl absolutely rocks. Another thing I love about Neon White is the fantastic tempo of the gameplay. In this genre, it's common for a game to only look and feel fun when you're playing perfectly, which can be discouraging for more casual players. But in Neon White, you dive in, start moving, and everything just kind of clicks. You feel cool and badass as you discover shortcuts, float around stages, kill demons, and skip huge portions of the levels. The game makes you feel like a badass all the time, no matter your skill level. Every level is a puzzle, not just a test of your skills and reflexes. You won't nail a great time on most levels on your first try, no matter how good you are. You always need to analyze the layout, come up with a plan, and then execute it. This puzzle-solving aspect isn't too hard to crack. All the tools you need are there. You just need to take a moment and sometimes think outside the box. The level design is so good that some levels just click with you from the start. On my first try, I could already see how to greatly optimize my run. And if you ever do get stuck, there are plenty of videos available for each level to help you figure out the best approach. There is no shame in watching them, because it is the execution that is the most important part. The goal of the game is to earn medals. At the end of each stage, you receive a medal based on your speed, ranging from bronze to ace. To progress through the story, you'll need to snag a few golds here and there, nothing too demanding. But if you're like me, gold medals won't cut it. I'm after ace medals on every single stage. I'll keep trying and trying until I get that ace medal, no matter what. But wait, are ace medals really enough? Am I satisfied with just an above average time? Oh no, there's something even more prestigious. A lot of people don't even know it exists. Red medals. The red medal is the best time achieved by one of the game's developers. That's right, to earn a red medal, you need to beat the people who literally created the game, the movement system, and designed all the levels. Now that's a real challenge. So that's exactly what I did, and it was awesome. So, to get a gold medal, you usually just need to play the level as intended. For an ace medal, you'll need to find a shortcut or some kind of optimization. The game even offers shortcut tips after you earn gold. But for a red medal, you need to either optimize your run to near perfection, wasting no time, or discover some wild exploit that lets you skip a huge part of the level. Often actually both. If this sounds like long, mindless grinding, let me stop you right there. Somehow, Neon White is so well designed that even the most challenging stages never feel like a chore. Most ace medals can be earned within 5 to 10 minutes, and red medals usually take about 15 to maybe 30 minutes of focused play. That's the magic of Neon White. It is challenging, but never punishing. In addition to racing through levels, Neon White adds a unique twist with a literal puzzle on every stage. Each level has a hidden gift somewhere within it. Sometimes these gifts are right in your face, but figuring out how to reach them is the challenge. Other times they are easy to get to, but tricky to find. What's great about these gifts is that they offer a break from the high-speed action. There's no timer and you don't need to kill any enemies. It's just you, the level, and your brain, figuring out how to use the tools at hand to reach the prize. It's a fantastic way to switch up the pace and keep the game feeling fresh. Unfortunately, the rewards for these puzzles are often underwhelming. You are usually treated to unvoiced, cringe-worthy dialogues that contribute little to the overall experience. Occasionally, you'll unlock a new stage, but these are hit or miss. Some are genuinely interesting and offer a refreshing change from the main stages, while others are mediocre at best. The gift-giving mechanic itself adds to the frustration. The animation for delivering gifts is lengthy, dull, and unskippable, turning what should be a rewarding moment into a tedious labor. Even the final reward for collecting all the gifts falls short of expectations. Only a few characters offer story-significant memories, and even these lack voice acting. It's a promising concept, but the execution leaves much to be desired. There is one important element that I have kind of stumbled upon, but haven't covered yet. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room, the story.
Just let me read the script. This doesn't have to be difficult. Unless you'd like that, Mr. White.
Proceed.
In many games, the narrative is crucial, sometimes even overshadowing the gameplay. Obviously, not in Neon White, but it is still important. So, how does Neon White fare in this department?
Ow! I'm so glad we're finally done. I'm sore all over. Ooh.
It's complicated. Neon White puts you in the shoes of a Neon, a sinner plucked from hell and put into heaven with a chance to redeem yourself by slaying demons. You're competing against other Neons for the chance to stay in heaven for a year, with the top demon slayer getting the coveted prize. You, a Neon White, for some reason have lost absolutely all of your memories from life.
Can't remember a thing though. Where the heck am I? Do I know these people?
Which adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the story. So, the plot centers on you trying to win this competition while meeting various angels and other Neons along the way. Some of these Neons claim to have known you in life, but with your amnesia, you can't recall them.
You are my Sasuke, man. The darkness to my light.
As the plot unfolds, you gradually piece together your history and the connections between characters. While not a complex mystery, it's executed well. The narrative takes an unexpected turn when you discover heaven isn't what it seems. The believers, omnipresent entities, have staged a revolution and dethroned God himself, who's now missing. Suddenly, the plot shifts from a simple win the competition premise to a grand mission to uncover heaven's truth, save God, and ultimately save the world. It's a great concept that fits the game well, but the execution is where things get a bit problematic. The dialogue and characters come off as weird. There's no other way to describe it.
Bro, why didn't you tell me my fly was down at the sermon? What if God saw my underwear?
At first, you might think the game aims for a self-aware, tongue-in-cheek tone with the over-the-top, edgy characters and cringy dialogue.
Pins, plushies, sharp knives, and spilled guts.
But as the game goes on, it becomes apparent that this wasn't entirely intentional. It is just genuinely awkward. The characters often feel like they've been pulled from a stereotypical edgy anime, complete with the discomfort that comes from trying too hard to be cool, and even a beach episode. There are moments that shine through, offering genuine laughs or interesting insights, but they are often overshadowed by forced and out-of-place dialogue.
I don't think forgiveness should be determined by things like who is or isn't deserving. We all feel and inflict pain. We can choose to fight this truth in an endless battle where there are no true winners, or we can make peace with it. The latter is the more difficult path of the two, but I think what you gain from it all makes it well worth it in the end.
I think I get you. It's like how you can never be a true gamer if you only ever play on easy mode.
Not all characters fall flat though. Mikey, for instance, while cliched, is an entertaining character whose arc is engaging to follow.
We?
Yes, we. I'm not about to let you hog all the action. Besides, I clearly ain't seeing any neons today.
Fine. I guess you can tag along.
Yes! Gabby, take over for me. I'm heading out.
Is this a promotion, sir?
It's whatever you want it to be, babe.
In the end, while the story concept is intriguing, the bizarre characters and cringe-inducing dialogue create a dissonance that doesn't mesh well with the stellar gameplay. Neon White is a pinnacle of precise action platforming gameplay, delivering a blend of speed, precision and creativity that's nothing short of remarkable. From the concept and visuals, to the music and minute-to-minute gameplay, every aspect of the game is crafted with so much attention to detail, making each level a joy to play. Whether you're chasing the fastest times or simply enjoying the ride, Neon White offers an experience that's incredibly hard to put down. The potential for a sequel is incredibly exciting. The foundation laid by Neon White is so strong that simply adding more stages would already be amazing. But if the developers push it even further, introducing new enemies, more varied weapons, and addressing the few existing flaws, there's no doubt it could cement Neon White 2 as one of the best games ever made. That wraps up today's review. I hope you had a good time. If you did, please be a lovely donut and show some love. Drop a like, leave a comment, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support makes all the difference. You might also enjoy some of my other content, like my retrospective of the underappreciated Days Gone, or my quicker review of the Planet Crafter. look forward to seeing you in the next one.
I'm so glad we're finally done. I'm sore all over.